I'm sorry, Mavericks fans, but you guys have officially hit rock bottom. As Kyrie Irving recently tore his ACL and he's out for the rest of the season, there's talks that Anthony Davis could be shut down for the rest of the year as well. Derek Lively's hurt. Daniel Gafford is hurt. Everybody's basically been hurt over the last few weeks, and a team that tried to maximize their window this year by trading away a 25-year-old superstar who brought them to the finals not too long ago, they're not going to be winning it all this year. I thought actually if everybody stayed healthy, this core had a chance at making a run. Unfortunately, we're not going to see the core healthy in 2025. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Yeah, I did not expect to be doing a Dallas Mavericks rebuild so quickly again. And when I made my post-Luka Mavericks rebuild, we had a lot of success there. We won the finals a couple times in that video, but unfortunately, everybody is hurt. So 2K hasn't updated some of these injuries. I gotta update them now. So yeah, Kyrie is going to be out for the season. Jaden Hardy also suffered a ankle injury against the Kings in the same game, as Kyrie. So he's gonna be out for a little bit. Luckily, the shooting guards are healthy. Max Christie, who has been pretty good since the Luka trade. Clay's healthy, Najee Marshall's healthy. They should be getting PJ Washington back soon, but we are going to say the worst case scenario happens. We are shutting down Anthony Davis for the rest of the year. And we're just going to say that Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford are going to be out for the year as well. This team is also like up against the luxury tax. They couldn't bring Moses Brown back again. Now they can file for a disabled player exception that they'll probably get granted for Kyrie, but we're so late in the year. This is just so sad because I really thought this core, if they matched up against like even the Lakers in round one or Golden State, they could make a run. They could beat Memphis. They could beat Houston. Maybe the only team they couldn't beat on paper would be OKC. But man, AD and Gafford going up against Hartenstein and Chet, that would have been cinema to watch. So yeah, luckily though, the Dallas Mavericks do own their first round pick in the 2025 draft. They don't own some of their draft capital going forward after that. Maybe they can capture the flag and we can get Cooper Flag on the Mavericks. But that means you basically need to fall out of the play-in tournament. And the way that Phoenix is playing, yeah, that may not be possible. You're going to end up as the 10th seed. And then maybe you lose to Sacramento or LA. And then maybe you get like Atlanta Hawks lottery luck last year and you can get into the top four. Easier said than done. So yeah, we're going to have like Dinwiddie, Exum, Clay. I mean, AD can't play. Gafford can't play. This stinks. And it's just so scary. Like Kyrie's going to be coming back from that ACL injury at 33 years old. He also thought he was getting a max deal in the offseason. I still think I'm going to re-sign Kyrie, but he has a player option he got opt out of. Maybe he opts in. We're also going to be playing with injuries on because you know what? The Mavericks are killed with injuries right now. I think it adds another wrinkle that could just make this a challenge. And yeah, Caleb Martin, like at the moment I'm recording, it says yet to play, and Quentin Grimes is dropping 40 points in a game for the Philadelphia 76ers. I thought like Caleb Martin, though, on this team in the playoffs could be like that glass cleaner, someone that could just crash the glass and be that wing that can, honestly, we've seen on display in Miami, can change a series with his hustle, but is it really going to matter right now with the Dallas Mavericks and all their injuries? Like Kai Jones has to play major minutes for this team right now. They're just, oh man, I feel so bad for Mavericks fans. I think they are the team that deserves Cooper Flag the most, outside of Hornets, Jazz, and Wizards fans. So Nikola Jokic ends up winning MVP, beating out Shea. Stephon Castle wins Rookie of the Year. I do expect that to happen. Naz Reid, 6th man. Giannis Depoy, Amen Thompson, most improved, and Trae Young takes home clutch player of the year. We're not going to get anybody on an all-NBA team. Like Kyrie Irving was playing like an all-NBA talent this year for the ACL tear. It just stinks. We didn't get anybody on any of these awards, and we actually fell out of the play-in tournament. All right, my plan kind of working right now. We ended up going 40-42. So if we're looking at the lottery, at least this is going to be number 14, we'll say, in a way. This is going to be 13. God, the East is so bad. We're probably going to end up with pick 12, so hopefully we can get some insane luck. But yeah, this team will also hopefully be fully healthy again next year, and then we can try to compete for a title in 2026. But what if Kyrie Irving just, I don't know, what if he leaves, man? What if he just doesn't like the new ownership? What if he thinks like Nico Harrison's a snake and betrayed Luka and the fan base and he just leaves? I don't know. You never know. Dallas will probably give him the most money, and what? Sacramento just won the NBA Finals as an 8 seed. They swept OKC. Are you kidding me? Then they beat Denver in 7, swept Minnesota, and beat Indiana, who beat Milwaukee, Cleveland, and New York. What just happened in the Domantas Sabonis Tyrese Halliburton Bowl? Okay, that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but here we are. We do not get any Mavericks to retire at the end of the year. Chris Paul is going to the Hall of Fame. He gets his jersey retired by the Clippers. And here we are, 2025 draft lottery. Are we going to be picking number 12? It would be just a sick joke if we dropped to 13. I mean, this team has been insanely unlucky. Last time they were in the lottery, they ended up getting Derek Lively, which is a very good pick for their team. So we'll see. As the Rockets are picking at 13 via the Phoenix Suns, get me Cooper Flag. Let me go from 12 to 1. The Mavericks fans need it. Please, 2K. Nope, we are staying at number 12. Oh, man, but the Sixers get rewarded? Are you kidding me? Blazers at 2, Raptors at 3, Miami at 4? What? All right, well, I guess they jumped up. Yeah, 36 wins, and they are able to get a top 4 pick. All right, so we are going to keep Jason Kidd, but Nico Harrison is out. I'm in. And if we take a look here at the mock drafts, I don't even know what we'd be looking for. I mean, if Lee McNeely's there, that'd be great. I wouldn't mind going after like Jeremiah Fears or Ben Seraph so we can maybe get a young backup point guard to learn and develop behind Kyrie Irving. I think I like Jaden Hardy more as a shooting guard, so I'm going to change his position. All right, so looking at this team, oh my God, like the fact that Gafford and PJ Washington both need extensions this offseason as well. And I'm also going to make PJ Washington a small forward, but his overall doesn't change. I need him to be a good 3-point shooter for us next year. All right, so I'm going to try to work out a trade with the Orlando Magic. So they are selecting 16th overall and 24th overall. I mean, I'd love to get 16. Do you guys want Klay Thompson? Maybe a player they should have went after last offseason. He did shoot 42% from 3. We just have a lot of wings on this team right now, and Orlando needs to add some shooting. Like, we have PJ, we have Najee, we have Max Christie, we have Caleb Martin. I got plenty of wings. I may even draft one. The only issue here is they have a financial, like, restriction. I mean, I would not mind taking Cole Anthony or KCP back. I mean, why is KCP 2 stars? I don't know. Could we do something like this? I doubt it. Yeah, we're not throwing in multiple first-round picks. It's all right if they don't want to do this. What about if I can get pick 24? We're not doing this. So I'm going to see if the Clippers would give me pick 29 and Drew Eubanks for Klay Thompson. They really value Klay. Hey, they've been kind of like the older veteran team for a while now with Harden and Kawhi. And I think, yeah, Harden's contract is expiring. They do need some shooting. He'd be way better than Bogdan Bogdanovic. They're going to agree to that. So we got a first-round pick for Klay. We're off of that money. We have 12 and 29 in this draft. And Cooper Flagg is a Philadelphia 76er. Are you kidding me, man? Dylan Harper ends up going to the Blazers. An interesting fit with Scoot, Sharp, and Simons all there. Ace Bailey is a Raptor. Also another interesting fit. A team that has Ingram and Scotty Barnes. The Miami Heat are trading for... All right, I think it would cost them a little bit more, but the idea is there that Trae Young could get traded for a top 5 pick in this draft. Miami, now they would have Tyler Hero, Trae Young. Interesting defensive backcourt, but very fun offensively. And the 2-man game between Trae and Bam, it's just an in-division trade. I don't know if Atlanta would want to do that. And they took Liam McNeely, 4th overall. All right, there's a lot of good point guards like Jeremiah Fears, Yegor Demon, all on the board. So the Pelicans are on the clock at number 8. They're trading that pick and Kelly Olynyk for Mitchell Robinson. And the Knicks take Donnie Freeman out of Syracuse. Danny Wolf goes to the Bulls. All right. Oh, thought Fiji Edgecombe was going to fall to us. And the Spurs take Trey Johnson. I didn't realize he was still on the board. Could we maybe make a trade? Like, I doubt I could pull this off, but could I give you 12 for Trey Johnson? I'd have to throw in my first next year and 29 to take on Harrison Barnes' money, which I do plan on competing next year, so I should be fine with that. And we get Trey Johnson. Like, that is a massive add to this team. I think the Spurs would, I don't know. Well, Trey Johnson's probably not falling there in real life. Can I get somebody better than Harrison Barnes? I don't really know if I want Keldon Johnson. Like, I would take on Julian Champagnie. I mean, they don't really have a lot of guys they can move right now, so maybe Barnes... I mean, he's making 19 million. We can maybe attach him in a different trade. Could I do this without pick 29 since I'm taking on Barnes' money? Do you guys would I rather keep 29 or get Harrison Barnes? I think I'd rather do this. Okay, so I was able to keep pick 29. Let's go. And I was like freaking out for a second. Damn, I could have taken Kasparis. So you know what? Oh, man, I could have just taken Jakub Jonas. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I like Trey Johnson, keeping him in the state of Texas. I also got worried for a second. I'm like, did I just trade away my pick for nothing? But no, we got Trey Johnson the pick prior. And Kasparis could make sense in a way for that team. I know it's a little bit of an interesting fit. I do like... Ooh, Ben Seraph is there. I would have thought about him at pick number 12. Okay, I think I'm going to take him at 29. I like the idea of Nick Clifford from Colorado State or Maxine Reynaud from Stanford, who's been a beast this year in the ACC. But I don't think I need another center. Let's take Ben Seraph, who's a little bit more of a project out of Israel, and he's currently playing in the German league right now. So Trey Johnson and Ben Seraph, welcome to the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving actually opts out. Little bit of a shocker, I will not lie. Okay, I'm going to give Kessler Edwards the qualifying offer. He plays hard. Now, Kyrie, we do have bird rights on. He's got 12 offers. None are real. I'm going to give Kyrie one last, like, 3-year deal. It's going to be $45 million a year, so 90, 135 over 3 years till his age 36 season. We have to. We can't allow him to leave for nothing. I'm also going to sign Malcolm Brogdon, 2 years, $10 million to be the backup point guard next year. Instead of, honestly, like, I would bring back Spencer Dinwiddie, but I don't think we can afford him. Actually, I can bring back Dinwiddie. You know what? More the merrier of depth on this team because injuries can happen. I'm not sure how much Kyrie is going to miss the start of next year. As Julius Randle signed with the Nets, Naz Reid goes to the Bulls. So looking at this team, we do have a 93 in Anthony Davis, who is regressing. That's great. Kyrie Irving there at a 92. We have Lively, Gafford, who we probably want to extend this offseason. A lot of regression to some of the veterans. Derek Lively refusing to resign. You love to see that. We are going to resign Daniel Gafford, though. It is going to be a 3-year deal that is going to go up every year. We are just going into the luxury tax. Hopefully, these new casino owners are okay with that. It's going to be around $54 million over the course of 3 years. And PJ Washington is going to be making a little bit less, $45 million over the course of 3 years as well. I do need to release somebody before the season starts. It's an easy one. He's been here for a while, but we are going to cut him, and that is going to be Dwight Powell. We're going to roll with Lively, Gafford, and Eubanks, the triple Ds here at the center position. We have AD and OMP. PJ, Najee, and Caleb Martin, Trey, Hardy, Max Christie, and Ben Seraph. And then we also have Kyrie, Brogdon, and Dinwiddie. All right, so let's see how long Kyrie Irving is going to be out for. All right, I guess, I don't know. We're in, what, the month of March? He's probably going to come back, I feel like, in December of next year. All right, so for now, this is what the 11-man rotation is going to look like. We do have a deep bench of Lively, Martin, Johnson, Marshall, Hardy, and Brogdon. To be honest with you, as as a current player, I kind of like Gafford a little bit better than Lively. The only issue is he is 6 years older than him. But this could be the starting 5. It's going to be interchanging. We have Dinwiddie, Christie, Washington, Davis, and Gafford. An insanely tough game to start off the year on the road against the Thunder. We do end up losing by 3, which stinks. Lively was our leading scorer. I did not have that on my bingo card. Let's see how we do against the Rockets and the Hawks as we are going to get Kyrie Irving back. Let's go. And we're going to, I guess, ease him back into the swing of things. He'll get 32 minutes a night, at least to start off the year. We got blown out by the Rockets, and we do win Kyrie's game back. PJ Washington drops 19. Kyrie had 13 points, did not shoot the ball well. It's going to take him a little bit of time. Man, it sucks so much. I didn't really think he tore his ACL. I thought he maybe, bruised his knee because he collided pretty hard with the Kings defender. Anthony Davis is already hurt. Great. We had a really nice win against the Boston Celtics. Lively had 22 and 10. All right, he's been kind of a beast to start off the season. We blew out the Bucks by 30 points, and then we ended up beating the Cavs by 6, so some really impressive wins right there. Without Anthony Davis, we do beat the 76ers, okay? And then we beat the Celtics by 40. All right, welcome back, Kyrie Irving. I just constantly feel so bad for Mavericks fans. It just feels like 2K's got to redo, or the NBA's got to redo the Luka trade. It just feels wrong. So we lost the first 2 games of the year. Then we went on an 8-game winning streak. All right, just a quick update this year. Anthony Davis has been injured multiple times, but he's fully healthy now. We are 34 and 10. All right, Mavericks fans, hopefully I brought you some joy back to this team right now as we have a 13-point differential. Looks like there's 3 tiers in the West. Thunder, Timberwolves, Mavericks, and there we are at the top. The Lakers, negative point differential. This has been, I guess, a good thing for the Mavericks fans so far. Watching this, Kyrie, 20 points in 32 minutes. I think I'm just going to ease him up until the playoffs, and then hopefully he can take it up a notch. Max Christie's breaking out as a good number 3 option. He's actually scoring more per game than Anthony Davis, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. I need PJ Washington's 3-point shot to be a little bit better. We know we're getting good center play out of Lively and Gafford. Caleb Martin, been fine. Just need the 3-point shot to get up a little bit. Trey Johnson, hitting 42% of his threes as a rookie. And then Jaden Hardy getting minutes as well. Anthony Davis hyperextends his left shoulder. He's out 8 to 10 weeks. Same old story with him. At least he could play through it. And we're here at the trade deadline, 25 games above 500. What do we feel about this team? I'd like to try to win it all with this score. And if we have an unlikely playoff exit, maybe I'll make some changes in the offseason, but we're better than any Eastern Conference team right now. And in the West, I still like our chances as long as we could be healthy. We have the AD injury right now. We have the Lively injury. AD has been scoring more, which is good. I just don't think I'm going to make any trades right now. And Derek Lively, left knee tendonitis at the end of March. You never know with 2K, he could be back for the playoffs, but that sucks so much. All right, well, Daniel Gafford is going to get a lot more playing time. He's going to get 32 minutes a night, and then we'll probably give Drew Eubanks 16. That's why you have 3 centers now. All right, so Nikola Jokic ends up winning MVP for the Denver Nuggets this season. Cooper Flag is your Rookie of the Year for the Philadelphia 76ers. RJ Barrett, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Jarris Walker Most Improved, and Shea wins Clutch Player of the Year. And hey, Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. Giannis suffered a spinal injury. He's going to be out for the playoffs if the Bucks did make it. Did we get any Mavericks on an All-NBA team? We did not this year, and we didn't get any. Oh, no, I lied. We got Anthony Davis on all-defensive team. 18 points, 11 rebounds in his age 33 season. Oh, man, this just sucks for them. It just sucks that AD got hurt in his first game. His first game where he looked so good and so motivated. against the Rockets. Trey Johnson on our rookie second team. That is a good sign. And we finished the year as a 2 seed in the West. All right, so we are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies in round number 1. Looks like they have some center injuries because Jay Huff is starting. So it looks like Zach Edey and Brandon Clark are both hurt right now. So we did end the year with Kyrie Irving as our leading scorer. 21.9 points. He's going to play a ton more in the playoffs. Max Christie had a good year. He's definitely starting at the 2. I'm going to start PJ at the 3, but I think I'm just going to ride the hot hand. I don't think Trey Johnson, I can comfortably put him there at the 3 in the playoffs, at least defensively. Maybe I can put Max Christie at the 3, but I don't think that's going to happen. So between Caleb, Najee, and PJ Washington, who's ever shooting the ball the best, will just be the small forward that I ride for the playoffs. So for the bench, Trey Johnson has the play. Jaden Hardy, I mean, he finished the year on a strong note. So I think we're going to start with the 10-man rotation for the playoffs. Najee's going to get 10 minutes, 12 to Hardy, 17 to Johnson is fine. Let's go about 18 to Martin. We are going to do 24 minutes to Gafford and Lively. They're going to split it in the playoffs. I just never know who to play between those. We'll go 38 to KD. We'll go 38 to Kyrie. And we're going to go about 34 to Max Christie. Game number 1 against Memphis goes to the Dallas Mavericks, 110-100. Kyrie had 26 points in this one. A nice defensive game. I forgot to show you guys our point differential. We did finish with the best point differential in the NBA. We tied with the Spurs for the 1 seed. We did win game 2. Kyrie dropping 33 points. He's probably playing with a chip on his shoulder right now. And we go up 3-0 against Memphis. Ja had 29. Jaren Jackson Jr. only 9 points in this one. And we are 1 game away from winning a playoff series. And we do just that. We beat them by 14. Wow, we had a nice fourth quarter comeback. Outscored them by 22 in the fourth quarter. Max Christie with 28. Did he average more than AD in the playoffs? No, but he had more in game 4. Kyrie had 32 and 7. He's putting up 28 points. Nice to see Kai back. But we got to take on the OKC Thunder in round number 2, which is insanely tough. They have the starting 5 you'd expect. They have Isaiah Joe, the man who saved basketball, Casey Wallace, Jay Will off the bench. Do they have any injuries? I don't think so. I think they're just that loaded right now. Rematch of the 2024 Western Conference semifinals. We win game 1. We outscored them 35-9 in the first by 24 points, and we still almost lost. We only won by 4. We do win game 2, though. All right, we are undefeated in the playoffs. Anthony Davis going off in the first 2 games against Chet and iHeart. I really wanted to see that in a playoff series. We may not see it till next year, in at least the regular season, of AD and one of the Mavericks bigs against Chet and iHeart. Like that just looks like so much fun to watch. Max Christie and AD combined for 48. We beat them by 3, and we don't sweep them. We actually got outscored by 20 here in the 4th. Game 5, we doing it, and the Dallas Mavericks are back in the conference finals. That's what I'm talking about. Trey Johnson had 18 points in 17 minutes. I feel like AD led us in scoring in that series. Is that the case? Yes, AD had 23.5 points. Kyrie had 22. And we are going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs here in the conference finals, a battle of Texas in the WCF. They got Castle and Fox in the backcourt, Vassell and Sohan, and then Wemby at the 5. So it looks like they're at full strength. Do they have any injuries? Ooh, Keldon Johnson is hurt. I feel like we could beat them. Wow, and they win game 1. I mean, they do have Wemby. Alex Cameron, 14 points in 9 minutes. Anthony Davis had 25. I wonder if this is the point where I would trim. Oh, the rotation, and Kyrie Irving breaks his thigh. Come on, man. This team is cursed. This team is actually cursed. Kyrie breaks his left eye, and he's out for the playoffs. Well, that's just great. So, who's going to be the starting point guard? Is it going to be Jaden Hardy, who has been all right, but really is not that much of a playmaker? You know what? Do I put Trey Johnson at the 1? Caleb Martin has been shooting lights out in the playoffs, so I am actually going to start him over PJ Washington. Like, I haven't played Malcolm Brogdon since the beginning of the year. I feel like that's really risky to start him. So, yep, Kyrie Irving is officially out for the playoffs. That is just great. We are going to go about 30 minutes a night to Caleb Martin, 36 to Max Christie, which is just unreal. I think I'm going to start Trey Johnson and just say screw it. Max Christie's a little bit of a playmaker himself, so maybe they can offset. We're going to go 30 minutes to Trey Johnson. Hopefully he can keep us in games with his shot. And then let's go probably like 20 minutes a night to Jaden Hardy. Let's go like 20 a night to PJ Washington, and we'll do 18 to Najee Marshall. All right, man. This stinks. Game number 2. Anthony Davis, cut on his head. He can play through it. We actually win without Kyrie Irving. Oh my God. Max Christie dropped 52 points. What? Okay. That may be a career high we never see from him again. And AD drops 34. All right, we are up 2-1. Game number 4, we do lose this one, 128-115. AD had a monster performance here. Game number 5 goes to the Mavericks. All right, we are 1 game away from the NBA Finals without Kyrie Irving. Are we going to go to a game 7? Oh my God, we're in the NBA Finals. We actually win the series without Kyrie. Anthony Davis is your Western Conference Finals MVP. Scotty Barnes in the East. You have a Mavericks Raptors NBA Finals. AD was a monster as a 33-year-old when Kyrie went down. And here we are in the NBA Finals. Damn, Trey Johnson kind of struggled in that series. Do I go to Jaden Hardy? He struggled as well. I don't really know who to put as the point guard. Like, who's averaging the most assists? At least Trey did average 4.7. I mean, we could throw Max Christie out there as the 1. All right, so a Mavericks-Raptors NBA Finals. They've Ty Jerome at the 1. I wonder who would pay Ty Jerome this offseason. Could he go to, like, the Nets, the Wizards, the Magic, Gritty Dick at the 2, Ingram at the 3, Barnes at the 4, and Jakob Poeltl at the 5. RJ Barrett is banged up for this series. Let's see how long he's out for. And he is out for the playoffs as well. So we're without Kyrie Irving. They are without RJ Barrett, but they do win game 1 by 4. Jaden Hardy has a really good game here off the bench. Game number 2 goes to the Mavericks. That is huge. If we went down 2-0, that would have sucked. AD, monster game. Max Christie, monster game as well. Jaden Hardy had a stinker. Game 3 goes to the Mavericks. We won by 3. AD with 31 and 11. Kenny carry us. Max Christie went 0 of 6 in that game. Brand new series. This is very similar to the Spurs series. Wait, what? I thought it said RJ Barrett was out for the playoffs. I guess not. He is back. Huge game 5 rubber match to take that 3-2 lead in Dallas. Please win this one. If we can win the 2026 finals, I can't believe we're here right now. It's looking very good for us to win game number 5. We do end up winning by 26 points. Anthony Davis, you are a beast. Max Christie, even at 18. Can we win game 6 on the road in Toronto without Kyrie Irving, who is arguably our best player? We have a good first half. Terrible third quarter. We're coming back here in the 4th. Down by 2. Down by 3 with 2.5 to go. Down by 5 with 1:40 to go. Can we come back? Down by 3. If we could, like, tie it up, I'll hop in. But I have a feeling, yeah, we are going to be going to a game 7 here of the 2026 NBA Finals. AD had 8 turnovers in that one. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm scared. I can't even watch. We have a good first quarter. Very good. We have a good second quarter. We are up by 19. I would rather be us than them right now, so I will take this. Great third quarter. The Dallas Mavericks are going to win it all, folks. Oh my God. Let's go. We blow them out. This is what I'm talking about, baby. Anthony Davis currently in at the small forward. I should have went super big. I mean, we could try that next year. You know what? Like, we got the title, so I don't really care that much. Swing it. Derek Lively, why not? Let's take a 3. Oh, he had D+. It sucks because, like, Lively and Gafford can't shoot, but I would think about AD at the 3, and then those guys out there just go super big. I mean, if AD was what he was in his younger self as a perimeter defender, I don't know how 34, almost 35-year-old KD with all his injuries will look as a perimeter defender. I'm willing to try it. Like, I don't really care that much because we're going to have Kyrie and Christie in the backcourt. But then again, like, we could just roll out Kyrie, Trey Johnson, and Christie out there, which can be kind of electric. AD backing down Ingram. These guys were traded for each other. Honestly, screw it. Double team, doesn't matter. AD to the free throw line. I'm not letting Derek Lively shoot. Anthony Davis, 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. He's going for 32 points here if he can knock down these free throws. All right, I don't really know what's going to happen with the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, there's a chance, like, Nico Harrison gets fired in the offseason if, like, I don't know how, like, the teammates, I mean, maybe they're fine. Like, as long as PJ Washington and Gafford get their money, they're okay with Luka getting traded, I guess. I don't know. Like, how do you feel about that, though? I mean, they did bring in Anthony Davis, so, like, he's very respected around the league. It's not like they traded him for a bunch of, like, 8th graders in terms of draft picks. Shout out to Ben Seraph, rocking number 77. I didn't even realize that. That is too funny. Yeah, he's definitely a development project. But shout out to Max Christie also being just an absolute beast for us in this when we needed him the most, as he's going to knock down that 3. Oh my God. He also looks like Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb. I saw that on Twitter and I was honestly laughing for a little bit at that. Yeah, what a performance from Anthony Davis. Hey, shout out Caleb Martin. We rode the hot hand. I'm glad we inserted him to the starting 5 and he helped us win the NBA Finals. And Finals MVP is Anthony Davis. Wow, we actually won it all without Kyrie Irving. So should I just trade Kyrie in the offseason? So there goes LeBron. He ends up retiring. We can override it, right? Yeah, let's have him come back one more year. Same with DeMar DeRozan. I'm not ready for my childhood to be over. Greg Popovich and Billy Donovan retire as well. Nobody's heading to the Hall of Fame because I overrided basically everybody's retirement. And yeah, I'm down to get a little bit crazy this offseason. I don't know, man, because we'll see. I mean, I don't have my draft pick, and the Thunder are just going to come back even more loaded. They had pick 1 and pick 2, as well as pick 8 and 12. Are you kidding me? And pick 19. That is unreal. The Spurs own our pick at 30, so I'm definitely okay trading away that first round pick last year to solidify myself getting Trey Johnson. I feel like for them, though, like, Trey Johnson could be a good fit, but then also, like, if you got a future first for basically just getting Kasparis, you'd be fine with that as well. All right, so we're here the night of the draft. I don't think I'm actually going to trade Kyrie. I don't. I would still like for him to get a ring, like actually playing. The one person I think I could trade Lively, like, is Lively this offseason, because if we only do one more year, maybe 2 more years, like, I still get Gafford in his prime, so I'm okay trading Derek Lively if it's for a really good asset. I also didn't realize that Malcolm Brogdon retired, which kind of stinks because that was some type of asset as well. All right, so I'm going to try to trade Najee Marshall in division to the Houston Rockets for the 16th overall pick, and they are going to agree to that. Like, we have a lot of wings. The emergence of Trey Johnson last year, I didn't really think I needed Najee Marshall, and now I get somebody a little bit cheaper on a rookie deal. I also wanted to see if the Thunder made a crazy trade at 2, like for Kawhi Leonard or Pascal Siakam. I do see it all the time. They draft AJ number 1. Do they actually draft a player at number 2? They do. Okay, so they fulfill the prophecy. AJ at 1, Cameron at 2. That is just unreal. Lakers pass up on Darren Peterson, and so do the Suns, so the Pelicans are going to get him at 5. The West is just so loaded. How are all these top guys just going to the Western Conference? So we are on the board here with this Najee Marshall pick, and I like the idea of getting Mikel Brown Jr., also another developmental project for us at the point guard position, but if we were setting up this team for the long term, post Kyrie, it could be Ben Seraph, it could be Brown Jr. So let's sign Brown Jr. on his rookie deal. Let's pick up the team options on the 2023 guys, OMP and Lively. Like I said, there is a chance, though, Lively could get traded this offseason. Luka, imagine he leaves the Lakers, and this could be a very fun video for Mavericks fans. I'm going to offer Drew Eubanks a 1-year deal to come back, and we did free up a little bit of money this offseason, which is good. Jamal Shed is a free agent. That's kind of crazy. So is Keyshawn George. What are we doing? Okay, so we are going to be making this trade with the New York Knicks. They did trade away Mitchell Robinson last year during the draft. They could move Cat back to the power forward spot. We are going to send them Derek Lively and Olivier Maxence Prosper for their 2031st, and Mikal Bridges. Welcome to the Dallas Mavericks. I like his hopefully complementary defense. We'll see next to Kyrie and AD, because Derek Lively does not want to re-sign with us. And the last time that a player from the Mavericks went to the Knicks, it really worked out for the Mavericks long-term, right? Like, I'm going back and forth because I kind of want to try out my idea of AD at the 3 and then Lively and Gafford in the front court. And if I have, like, Kyrie and Christie in the backcourt shooting 40% from 3, like, maybe we can make it work. So, you know what? I'm kind of getting cold feet here. I actually don't think I'm going to trade Lively. He is a restricted free agent next year, so it's not like I have to move him. I'm also going to sign Keyshawn George as well. So, yeah, the Wizards did not tender his 3rd year of his team option, kind of like Marjon Beauchamp or Jalen Hood-Schifino in a different year. And we also get that $9 million trade exception from the Najee Marshall trade, as Luka does go back to the Lakers on a 4-year max deal. And AD and Kyrie are regressing at 33 and 34. Can't really be shocked about that. Trey Johnson goes up. He is going to be our 6th man because I still want to start Max Christie. I'm just a big Max Christie guy. And we could work out a new extension with Anthony Davis, so it's going to be 2 years, $80 million. We'll keep him happy here in Dallas. Derek Lively, yeah, we know you want to refuse to resign. All right, so let's look at our 2027 rotation. I think we are going to start, we could start Trey Johnson at the 3, but no, I'd rather get Max Christie in there. You know, we could start Trey Johnson and Max Christie. That could be really effective. So it's going to be Kyrie, Johnson, Christie, AD, and do I start Lively? I'd rather, I think, just start Gafford. Either way, I think we're just going to do 24 minutes a night to these guys, keep playing them. Off the bench, I don't think Keyshawn George is going to crack the rotation, at least right now. Caleb Martin can get around like 17 minutes of the regular season. PJ Washington, probably still want to play him as well. And if we go to a 10-man rotation, I think I want to get Ben Seraph in there about 10 minutes a night. So yeah, like these 3 wings, 17 minutes a night off the bench is fine with me. Let's go 33 to Kai and AD as they're getting a little bit older. Max Christie can get around 33 minutes, and 32 to Trey Johnson. Under Jason Kidd, this is 4-star balanced. It is going to be 3.5-star balanced. We started off at home against the Indiana Pacers, and we did lose by 8. I should have brought up the idea of potentially trading for KD back in year number 1, because, he's going to get moved this offseason, and the Mavericks may be at the top of that. All right, off to a weird 1-4 start. All right, so this team going into the trade deadline, 40 and 12. We are dominating the Western Conference yet again, a 12.7 point differential. We're killing it on both ends of the floor. Trey Johnson has looked great since being in the starting lineup this year. Max Christie, 18 points a night. Are you kidding me? I love to see that. Anthony Davis, 19 points. We know he could take it up another level in the playoffs if we get there, or when we get there. Kyrie, 50, 40, 90 splits. I am fine with those numbers. It's just trying to figure out who the center long-term is, because Lively's going to want like $30 million, and I'm paying Gafford like half of that. Jaden Hardy has been a great scorer off the bench, and then I'm getting similar play out of like PJ Washington, who's currently hurt with a minor injury right now. and Caleb Martin. So I wonder if I were to make like a big trade, it would have involved PJ Washington, but he's unfortunately hurt. I mean, I do have that like trade exception, but honestly, this team is performing too well right now. I don't think I'm going to make any moves. There could be a sign and trade with Lively in the offseason if we do a year number 4. Unfortunately, Ben Serif did just break his ankle, so his season could be done. As Nikola Jokic wins MVP this year, how old is Jokic now? He's 32 years old. AJ Debenta wins Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man of the Year. Wemby takes home Depoy. Yegor Demin is your most improved, and Tatum is your clutch player of the year. Shout out to Darko Rajakovic and what would be Masai Ujiri for coach and executive of the year. Do we get any Dallas Mavericks on the All-NBA teams? Unfortunately, we do not, but I do believe that I think we are the 1 seed in the West, unless we fell out towards the end of April. But yeah, we did actually fall out, and we ended up as the 2 seed. We got to go up against the MVP Jokic in round number 1. Damn, we finished with 2.4 points better in the point differential metric than the Timberwolves, but we ended up as the 2 seed. The Raptors moved Scotty Barnes to the 1, which is kind of sick. I don't normally see them do that. Oh my God, they signed LeBron. Wait, he got traded? LeBron signed with the Bulls. What? Was he traded for like Emmanuel Quickly? What is this bench? What is this team? Oh my God, what is going on over there in Toronto? I have to see this trade. So Najee Marshall was traded for Rui Hachimura, former Maverick alert. Bradley Beal was traded for Josh Green. What was LeBron traded for? Oh my God, Emmanuel Quickly in a second. I mean, it's kind of realistic in the fact that LeBron can go and get a ring. What does this team's like salary cap breakdown even look like? So they're paying like the max money to Barnes, a steal of a deal to Ingram. LeBron's getting 40, Barrett's getting 30. That is kind of crazy. Jabari Smith, of course, is just getting $5 million. And here were the end of season numbers where Kyrie dropped 20 a night for us. I just never really figured out this center duo. So I think for the playoffs, we're going to keep the starting 5 the same. I went with Lively over Gafford, which I think I'm going to keep. So I'm actually going to, for once, not play them like equal amount of minutes. We're going to go 30, or we're going to go 20 to Lively, 22 to Gafford. Jaden Hardy was incredible for us this season. So he's going to get like 24 minutes tonight, maybe as the 6th man. Keyshawn George was actually pretty good as well. But I think I'm just going to play PJ Washington in the final spot, along with Caleb Martin. I think they're each going to get 15 minutes a night. Yeah, Caleb's going to get 15. PJ's going to get 15. Hopefully they don't shoot us out of some playoff games. Kyrie's going to get 36 minutes a night for the playoffs. Same with Anthony Davis. Trey Johnson can get 31, and let's go 33. We'll go 32 to Max Christie and Trey Johnson. So we're taking on the Denver Nuggets in round number 1. They've added Trey Mann to their starting 5 and Mark Williams off the bench, as well as Corey Kispert. Strother and Kispert did not overlap at Gonzaga? Did they? Yeah, you know what? They did. They did play on Gonzaga in 2021. I was just trying to remember if Strother was a sophomore or junior coming out, but he was a junior. So we do go up 2 games to 1. AD and Hardy combined for 50. Game number 4 goes to the Denver Nuggets. We do have a series here. All right. Are they going to send us home in round number 1? We do lose game 5. Are we going to lose game 6? Oh my God. All right. So we get upset by the MVP himself, and we lose round number 1 to the Denver Nuggets. That is a shame. PJ Washington, 28% from the field. PJ Washington, 34% from the field. All right, I think we are going to have some notable changes to this team for the final year in year number 4. I'd like to get back to the NBA Finals, but Kyrie, Anthony Davis are going to be older. Rob Dillingham and Jason Tatum are your conference finals MVPs. So Minnesota beat Steph and the Warriors in 7. As, yeah, the Raptors. LeBron lost to Boston in the conference finals. How about that? And the Timberwolves beat the Celtics in the NBA Finals. And Rob Dillingham has just turned into the best player in the NBA. I mean, that's kind of cool. So there goes Russ, KD, Paul George, James Harden, Klay Thompson, an end of an era. As, yeah, I don't think Klay would have been great. Yeah, we sold him off at the right time. And Tom Thibodeau ends up retiring, same as Nate McMillan and Terry Stotts as well. Loaded Hall of Fame class. No former Mavericks in that Hall of Fame class, though. And we don't have like a random first round pick there in the lottery, as the Heat end up getting the number 1 overall pick. We do have to give Charlotte our first rounder at number 28 from the PJ Washington trade. So I mean, yeah, the Mavericks don't own a ton of their draft capital moving forward. And I can't really make any moves on draft night because we have some options that need to get picked up on. Caleb Martin opts in. Let's go. That's huge for us. Keyshawn George. Max Christie opts out. That's fine. We will have bird rights to bring him back. Derek Lively could be a sign and trade in OMP. We are going to extend the qualifying offer to. A part of me wants to try to pull off like PJ Washington, Mikal Brown Jr., 2 first-round pick trade for Zachary Reese-Shea from the Atlanta Hawks. They're going to say no. I would throw in, because they don't have a lot of money to work with, Keyshawn George as well instead of that swap pick. So PJ Washington, Mikal Brown, George, and a first for Reese-Shea. They say no. What about it? We throw in that? No. And I'll throw in my 2031 first. Let's do this. Damn it. All right. All right. One last trade. Or I don't know if it's the last idea, but can I get Jalen Williams? They have AJ Debanta. Could I maybe trade PJ, Caleb, a first, Mikal, and Sarah for J-Dub? They agree to that. Let's go. Oh my God. That is insane. That is insane. And we're about to bring a bunch of guys back here in free agency. So Max Christie, take my money. You're going to get 4 for 60 with ease. We'll bring Dinwiddie back. Andrew Eubanks all back on the minimums. Lively and OMP are restricted. We are going to get Lively back 5 years, 150, but we could still explore a trade idea. But honestly, I don't really have to move him. And we're going to bring back an old friend, Josh Green, since I did trade away some wing depth this offseason. Welcome back to the Mavs. And I'm going to offer OMP 3 years, 24 million. It could just be a trade asset. So we are ready to go next year. We just got J-Dub to complete, I guess, a big 3, but this team is going to be fun. So we have Kyrie, J-Dub, AD, Lively, Johnson, Gafford. This team, it's going to be fun. All right, so this is going to be the team: Kyrie, Christie, J-Dub, Anthony Davis, and Lively, with Johnson, Hardy, Gafford, and George all coming off the bench. System proficiency is going to be 4.5 stars. Let's see this team cook this season. All right, great start. All right, so the Dallas Mavericks have won 60 games here in the 2028 season, and that is going to be 61 games. Jokic, who knocked us out last year, won MVP again this year. We didn't get anybody on the All-NBA teams, but what we did get this year was the 1 seed in the Western Conference. 61-21, a 12.3 point differential. The Thunder are the 3 seed, so maybe we end up meeting them in the conference finals. Season stats this year, we had J-Dub be our leading scorer at 18 points, 17 for Max Christie, 15 for Kyrie as he's getting a little bit up there in age. And for the playoffs, I think we're still going to roll with that lineup there. Jaden Hardy was incredible for us this year. Trey Johnson, also a really good asset to have. I don't think I'm going to mess with the rotation too much. Maybe I bump down Keyshawn George to 10 minutes a night. We go 35 to KD, 35 to Kyrie. And we can go one more to J-Dub because he's kind of like our youngest star. We're taking on the Pelicans in round 1. DeJounte, Peterson, Trey, Zion, Misi, Kuminga. It's a good team over there. They have a good young core. Let's see what happens. We go down 2-0, and then we win 4 in a row. And we're going up against Luka and the Lakers in round number 2. J-Dub, what was that series? Come on, man. I need you to be better than that. But we're taking on the Lakers for the first time here. Luka versus the Mavericks. They don't have LeBron anymore. Who is going to go to the conference finals? And it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. So we defeat Luka to take on J-Dub's old team, as J-Dub dropped 23 and Christie dropped 20 in round 2. But this is the toughest test yet. The OKC Thunder. Is Chet hurt or no? They don't have Chet anymore. Okay. Let's see who goes to the NBA Finals to take on the Cavs or the Raptors. And it is going to be the Dallas Mavericks. J-Dub decides to go off, saves his best series against his old team, and we end up beating them to take on the Toronto Raptors here in the NBA Finals. Did we beat them a couple years ago? That was the team we beat in the finals, right? Yeah, we beat them in 7. Then they lost in 7 to the Celtics last year, and they don't have LeBron anymore. So let's see if we're able to beat the Raptors, who are starting KJ Simpson at the 1. And can we win 2 finals in this video? Bang, there we go. So we beat the Pelicans and Lakers in 6. And then what were supposed to be the tougher series, we just swept them. And J-Dub, in a new era of Mavericks basketball, gets finals MVP. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope, Mavs fans, I could distract you from what's going on in real life with this Mavericks team. I honestly wouldn't blame you if you don't watch a Mavericks game for a little bit. I would just be so upset and furious with this team right now. But if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which rebuild you would like to see next. Hit that subscribe button if you were not already. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.